friends, and welcome back to Mayhem with Maverick, brought to you by Mayhem Studios, LLC. Congratulations to all the active TAR and Reserve Navy Chief Petty Officer Selects. Good luck through your season, and I hope to see most of you with your brand new anchors. All right, let's get to it. Trigger warning, someone's going to get upset. Deal with it. All right, let's talk about Ferguson. Ferguson had a peaceful protest, right? No, it wasn't peaceful at all. Officer Travis Brown, he got injured. He's so injured, he's got a brain injury, folks. A brain injury. This is a black officer working at Ferguson PD and was attacked by a black suspect. So this isn't about black, white. This is about people that are breaking the law and officers that are trying to stand on that line. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you this video on how bad he got hit. Now, you can see right there, people are running. Watch between the van and the building. You're going to see people running. There's Officer Brown. Right there. Right there. That is the hit that Officer Brown took to the ground. He got hit so hard, his head hit the ground. Brain injury. He's still suffering. That was weeks ago. But that was a peaceful protest, right? Sorry, folks. Don't believe it at all. Now, you know the sad part about Ferguson PD is that the chief of police, he's done everything. He was on a press conference. He's done everything that BLM has asked him to do. They complained about body cameras. Ferguson PD got them. They were complaining about implicit bias. So they had implicit bias training. Complained about crisis intervention. So the chief did crisis intervention training. They didn't like the uniforms. So the Ferguson chief changed the uniforms. Hired more minorities. Did everything BLM asked. And still, they're not happy. You know why, folks? BLM will never be happy. That agency has a black chief of police. So what else do they want? What BLM wants is no police. That's simple. Don't think about it any other way. They don't want the police, because if it was truly about black Americans, that black police officer would have never been injured. Now, I'll show you a picture of the suspect. He's a black male, so it's black on black. Where's BLM complaining about this? They're not, because they don't care. I pray for Travis Brown, and I pray for his family that he recovers very quickly. Let's talk about the DNC in Chicago. All right, this makes me laugh. So the Chicago chief of police was on a press conference saying, we're not going to tolerate any vandalism. We're not going to tolerate any violence from protesters. Okay, chief, but you allow your citizens to kill each other every day. The weekend before the DNC, 8 people were murdered. How about doing your job and letting the officers on the road do their job? Because that place is out of control. It has been out of control for years. And I liked Chicago. I was stationed in North Chicago twice for the Navy, and I loved going down to Chicago. It's no New York City, but it's a beautiful city. But right now, I wouldn't want to be there. It's out of control. And now with the DNC being there, there are so many protesters, I guarantee stuff's going to go bad. It's going to look like 1968. And this chief and this police department will not have the proper tools to deal with it because they're focused on the wrong things. Oh, speaking of the DNC, in Ferguson, a DNC delegate, somebody who's supposed to be at the DNC and say, I give my vote to whoever, was arrested in Ferguson for protesting, kicking down a fence. It's on video. He's kicking a fence. These are the kind of people that represent the Democrats in our country. Now, I'm not saying that Democratic voters are like that, but those are the people who represent them. Okay? That's a problem. And if you're a Democrat right now, you should be upset on what your party is doing. They kicked Joe Biden out of the campaign. And again, I said it before, I am not a Joe Biden fan, but Jesus, that is dirty. dirty by so many levels. And then when he was supposed to talk Monday night at the DNC, the first day of the DNC, he didn't get on stage till almost midnight. This was this man's farewell to politics. And that's how you treat him? The man that you love so much. We love Joe. We love Joe. You love him so much. He was the last thing you saw on the DNC the first day, and it was so late at night, probably many people didn't even see him. That's sad. That's sad, and that is shitty on the DNC for doing that to that man. Now, typical of Joe, he started off real good, but then it became the angry Joe Biden, and obviously not the sleepy Joe Biden, because they did something, because he came out, he was smiling, he was doing great. Not like the many other things you've seen on TV, right? Because he's kind of slow, maybe he stuttered. They pumped him on something. But then most of his speech, the typical angry yelling, no, seriously, listen, no, seriously, I'm not joking, man. The man can't ad-lib, and when he tells a story, he's got to stop and tell people it's the truth. Okay, if you're telling the story, you don't have to stop and, it's the truth, man. It's the truth. And constantly slamming Trump to be a dictator. All right, listen, folks. Trump isn't a dictator. Don't plan on being a dictator. He's already been our president for 4 years, right? Didn't become a dictator. Everyone's using the words that Joe Biden said, that if you use executive orders, you're a dictator. Hey, Joe, you used a ton of executive orders. So how Trump said it was, day one, I'm going to be a dictator. He was implying he was going to be using a ton of executive orders just like Joe. So suck it up, folks. He used the same word that Joe used. All right. So now let's get to VP Harris, the original Hawk Tuah girl. She wants to spout off about Bidenomics and that there's price gouging. And day one, she's going to create a federal law against price gouging. Folks, most states have laws against price gouging. It's already illegal. There's no reason to have a federal law. And shocker, she's been in office 3 years. If price gouging's been going on that long, why hasn't she pushed Joe Biden to use an executive order or Congress to create a law then? Why is it that she's going to do it on her first day? She could have fixed this. And folks, they're not price gouging. These people are not price gouging. It is inflation. It is the prices of gas. It's prices of everything. It's called the supply chain. And when one thing goes up, everything else goes up. So Publix, the supermarket down the street from me, may charge now $1 more for a dozen eggs. Well, they have to pay for their electricity, their employees. And guess what? The truck driving company that brought those eggs raised their prices because the gas prices went up. You see how it works? It goes down the chain. Everything affects everything. Nobody's price gouging. Everybody's trying to take their profit that they can make, a little bit of profit, because now gas is up, this is up. They still have to pay their employees. They still have to pay electric. Whoever it is inside that supply chain has to pay all these new things that the prices are up, on top of trying to make a profit for their stockholders. So it's not price gouging because, honestly, let's all be honest about this. When Trump was in office, we all had more money in our pockets and our money went farther. That's when they should have price gouged. I'm going to tell you, if I know my employees are making more money, I'm going to gouge the hell out of them, right? That's when you want to do it. When everybody's got more money, that's when you price gouge. Or the reason why price gouging laws are in like Florida is during hurricanes when gas stations want to raise the price to $17 a gallon because they know everybody's trying to evacuate. That's illegal, okay? And no one's doing that. They're trying to pay everything that they have, all their bills, and make a profit. And until gas prices go down, feed goes down, all the stuff, electricity, all those go down, the prices are going to stay high. It's basic economics that all of us should have learned in high school, and most of you should have learned if you went to college. So with that being said, she needs to stop. Bidenomics is not working. If it was working, we'd be doing a lot better. Interest rates wouldn't be through the roof. I got a Sears card. Yes, I have a Sears card. I know Sears doesn't exist except for on the internet. But when I joined the Navy, my grandfather said, hey, get yourself a Sears card, because no matter where you get stationed in the country, Mike, there'll be a Sears. You can get your car worked on. You can do all that. You can buy clothes, whatever. And he was right up until Sears folded and went online and no brick and mortar. But I kept the card just in case, right? They always had good deals on appliances and all that. I just got a letter from them a week ago. Now, I've been with them since 1990. I got a letter from them raising my interest rate to 33.34% on the credit card. And I have a FICO score of over 800. 33% for a credit card holder that right now is zero on the card, and I've had since 1990. That's how you reward my loyalty, because the inflation caused that. So guess what? I have no more Sears cards, and Sears, unfortunately, will no longer be a company that I shop with. Yeah, and you can all make fun of me. I know. Yeah, I'm showing my age by saying Sears. But that's the facts right there. Bidenomics is not working. So please, focus on what you need in life. Look at your interest rates. Look at the interest rates of houses. Look at all the prices. And vote with your wallet. Don't vote because I'm a woman and she's a woman. Don't vote because she's a woman. Just like I said back about the Secret Service agents. If you're promoting her because she's a woman and not because she's the best person for the job, that's wrong. Vote for everything that you want. Don't vote just because of abortion or just because of DEI or just because she's a female. Those are the wrong reasons to vote. You have to vote to make sure that this country is taken care of, that you are taken care of, that your state's taken care of. And honestly, wanting to make more federal laws, that's not what our founding fathers wanted. Our founding fathers wanted state rights, states to govern themselves. Federal laws were created to help certain aspects of running a country. The federal government has hands in things that our founding fathers never wanted. They are there to protect us from outside enemies. Outside enemies, attacks, that kind of stuff. They're there to improve roads, improve infrastructure. The states are supposed to run themselves. That's where everybody's confused about Roe versus Wade. Oh, big tangent, a lot of expletives, so we're going to start reset. Let's make some things clear. I'm not going to tell you my yay or nay on abortion. What I'm going to tell you is some facts. Fact number one, the Supreme Court kicked abortion back to the states. Donald Trump didn't get rid of abortion law. It just did what he expected it to do, get kicked back to the states, which honestly, our founding fathers, that's how they created the government. More state rights than federal rights. And guess what? Ruth Bader Ginsburg believed it should be in the state hands and not the federal hands. So stop with the whole Trump got rid of abortion. Trump didn't do shit. The Supreme Court did. 2, because the Supreme Court said that it is the state hands, no one can make a federal law to ban or to pro-abortion. That means Trump can't ban it federally, and Harris, which she's promising to pass a law to make it legal countrywide, she can't do that either because it's in the state hands. The Supreme Court said it is not a federal issue, it is a state issue. So don't believe the hype about Trump banning it, or believe the hype from Harris that she's going to pass a law and make it legal everywhere, because it's impossible. The Supreme Court has ruled, and That's what it is. Now, you may take it back to the Supreme Court and try and get it, but I highly doubt that they're going to change their mind on this issue. So that's where it is, okay? So, again, understanding how our government works, understanding how this country works is very important. The Supreme Court's made their ruling. So Harris can't do jack if she's elected president. Trump can't do crap if he's elected president, okay? And the person who originally argued Roe versus Wade was quoted in saying it should be in the state hands. So stop. Stop making this the voting issue. It's not a voting issue. Vote locally, but it should not be whether you vote for Trump or Harris. That being said, have a great week. If you liked what I had to say or not like, that's fine. But hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. I got more coming. Hopefully I'll see you soon.